What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to the channel. We have some big news for you today. Packed show with all kinds of information regarding some of the biggest names in the sport, especially when it comes to Juventus. We've got Locatelli. What are there problems with him on the horizon? Is there a situation with him going on where he may end up not coming to Juventus because of Sassuolo and the deal going on there? We've got Ronaldo. We're going to clear up him from one of the top names in the reporting biz. Clearing up the situation with him. There are a lot of rumors flying around. We've got Paulo Dybala and his contract. What does his future with the club look like? As well as some new names popping up for Juventus. Should we take them seriously? Or what should we think about them going forward? We will find out. Stick with us and we'll fill you in now. Ciao, Bianconeri. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. It is Wednesday, June 30th, 2021. My name's Justin Sofro. And also, before we do anything, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell to stay notified so you get these videos as soon as they drop each day. Before we do anything, I want to go ahead and just cover this. You may have noticed the background is now blue. We've changed it up from the original green turf color with the turf on the wall. My play with this going forward, or not going forward, but it's blue because we're supporting the Azzurri throughout the Euros until they finish out. Whenever they finish this year, it will be blue for that. If you like the blue, if it's more aesthetically pleasing or whatever you think about that, let me know. If you prefer the green, if you think a different color would be better, let me know. We can switch it up as we please. But I like to, keep it a little bit fresher with what we have in the background at least. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started and get into these news. First off, we have Gazzetta dello Sport talking about our one man who's been at the top for a while, but it's been a little bit. He's been in the news, but not as high. It's Locatelli. We're talking to him. Juventus are finding obstacles on their way to Locatelli. Dortmund, Arsenal, City, PSG, and Real are also interested. The negotiations seem to be getting complicated. Sassuolo don't want to include a player or a loan with an option. They want 40 million cash, and they want it now. Carnevali knows that Locatelli wants Juventus and respects the good relationship between the clubs, but a good offer must be made. Then we got Tutto Sport saying that Locatelli wants to join Juventus and Sassuolo is determined to please him. Based on this premise, the closure of the deal seems to be just a matter of time. The two basically conflicting reports between the two media giants really in Italy. But basically what I have from this is Gazzetta dello Sport. Anybody else is reporting this nonsense of, it's not going to happen. It's going to fall through. All these other clubs are going to swoop in and grab, Locatelli. I don't believe it for a second. What I take from this is right now it's a slow news week. Or maybe it's a slow news day for them. Because we don't have this news pouring in, because we know that there's going to be a deal, or not a deal. There's going to be a meeting between Sassuolo and Juventus either today or maybe it's happening tomorrow. Regardless, it's happening soon, and both of them are holding their cards pretty tight. At least Juventus is. So we'll see what happens. I tend to lean more toward what Tutto Sport is saying, and I think it's just a matter of time. The main reason I'm so confident, and again I say this every day, is because Locatelli wants Juventus. That's his preferred place to go. Is Juventus fan. It's gonna get done. So we're just gonna keep giving you updates of what they tell us every day. But I'm until I see something that really puts up a red flag or something that makes me nervous, I'm gonna stay confident that he's gonna be a Juventus player next year. Moving on, we will talk about another player that we weren't sure if he was going to be a Juventus player next year or not. I feel like this is a common thing year to year that we do, but it's Paulo Dybala. Tutto Sport is reporting that besides the new contract for Dybala, the club wants to make him the future captain of the team. So that's some pretty big news. That's a pretty big investment in the player. Makes me think about, at first, I'm in support of it, I think, to a point. But then there's also talks about making Matthijs de Ligt be the next captain after Chiellini and Bonucci put their whatever. I don't know why I'm blanking on the word. Anyway, regardless, when they step aside and when they let de Ligt take over, or whoever it is, maybe it's Dybala then. I'm kind of used to a lot of it being like the captain. I mean, I think I've been used to it for a while, that it being a defender. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it should be Matthijs de Ligt, or do you think Dybala has earned that role? He has been here longer than de Ligt, especially if he ends up reaffirming his commitment to the club going forward. Then Romeo Gresti also says that Dybala and his entourage have never considered leaving Juventus on a free. There was a feeling that he could renew his contract. He had been in contact with Allegri and Cherubini in recent days. All signs point to finding an agreement. So that's a good sign, especially when it's coming from Romeo Agresti. You can trust that source. So it's good to see that, basically Dybala, he was kind of committed to the club. He wanted to stay with the club. This is where his heart is. This is where his future is. And to see that he really wanted to make a deal, and of course, everybody wants to get paid. But, it's good to see that they're going to work that out and that he will end up staying with the club. If you would rather have sold Dybala, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, and then we got the other big name. We had a few inconsistent reports from one I can't remember if it was a journalist or what his name was. That's how seriously I took this report, is I can't remember the individual that said it at first. But we've got this report, which is obviously from one of the top names in the biz when it comes to, transfers and journalism and all that. It's Fabrizio Romano, who was saying that Cristiano Ronaldo is not negotiating a new contract with Juventus as of today. The club is waiting on Ronaldo and his agent Jorge Mendes to make a decision. So what I take from this is basically, what the rumor was is basically that the original rumor from whoever it was, like I said, I can't remember the name, but basically what their rumor was just saying that Cristiano Ronaldo is negotiating a contract to extend until 2023. If he was, that's interesting, especially given all the rumors that have gone around. Did that mean that he made his decision that maybe nobody else is going to pay him right now? Maybe even PSG aren't really going to pay him. Plus they have Mbappe and Neymar there right now. Maybe they don't have space for him until if Mbappe were to go to Real Madrid or wherever that may be. Who knows what that means going forward? I don't know. The fact that this kind of gets out there kind of makes me wonder, and kind of not say I don't believe any of it. When I say I don't believe any of it, whatever. But part of me wonders if maybe that means that maybe in the future, maybe Ronaldo may extend instead of, which would throw a wrench. I don't know. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place right now. I don't know exactly how I feel about this. He is one of the greatest players of all time, obviously, when it comes to the sport. But at the same time, do I really think that Ronaldo is the best situation going forward for the club when, that's a lot of finances that are going toward him? I don't know. As it stands right now, it's not a thing we need to worry about, as it is being reported that nothing's happening, but it's something to look at going forward. Moving on, we got the situation with Chiellini. Calcio Mercato is saying that today Chiellini's deal with Juventus runs down and he becomes a free agent. However, his renewal 1 year is a formality. So that's good to hear. I think we all kind of had that feeling. It's been reported for a while that Allegri would want him to continue on. And to me, I'm all for it. I understand there's a lot of people who are not big on, older individuals remaining with the club, past their prime. But the thing is, I think Chiellini, when he's healthy and when he's not out on injury, he's one of the best in the best. And then we'll continue to talk about the backline situation, the defensive front at least. The Tudo Sport saying that De Ligt is absolutely not for sale. All offers will be rejected. And then they'll go on to say that Bonucci will stay as well, and Chiellini will renew his contract until 2022. A lot of what we were expecting, especially with Bonucci and Chiellini, they're staying, until they're done. And then De Ligt, I think there's a lot of dumb rumors that get floated out there, especially by Barcelona, saying that, he wants to come to Barcelona, that he made a mistake, whatever it is. That's not true. He loves Juventus. He's staying with Juventus, and Juventus isn't going to sell him, at least not now. And then we go into a new name for Juventus. Il Romanista is reporting that Juventus could enter the race to sign Xhaka. Arsenal want 20 million euros. Roma's offer is at 15 million euros as it stands. If we're really competing with Roma for a player, especially Xhaka of all players, I don't see it happening. I don't see it, especially when we're talking, we have these rumors of the midfield situation of only taking one midfielder. And then we just had that situation from Di Marzio, who was pretty reliable. And then we have, Il Romanista reporting this. I don't really take much from it. I don't believe it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like the player? Whatever. He is 28 years old. To me, he's too old. If we're going for a midfielder, we need to go younger. I'm thinking younger with or higher caliber than this player. He's 22 million market value, Arsenal until 2023. Let me know your thoughts about Xhaka. To me, it's not a name that I believe in or that I really think going forward needs to be a goal for the club. So that's where I stand on it. You typically prove me wrong in the comments, so let's see what you say down below. And then Tuttosport is reporting about Cuadrado, saying that Cuadrado and Juventus are ready to renew the contract for 1 more year. So that's a positive turn of events and exciting going forward. Cuadrado's really been one of those key stalwart, reliable players, especially when it comes to setting up and creating for the offense when the midfield has really struggled to do anything of that sort. That's why we're looking for midfielders. But it's good to see that Cuadrado is going to renew because he's been that one reliable guy delivering crosses that usually create some kind of scoring opportunity for the club. Then we move on. Going forward, we got a goalkeeper situation update regarding Tuttosport saying that Perin will return, but he wants the certainty to play with a certain continuity. That cannot be guaranteed by Juventus. So Perin is looking for a team that will buy him outright. That's the situation with him. I would like to see, again, I know that it's hard to tell how good is he, all that, because literally every goalkeeper that played against Juventus looked like a superstar last year. It was infuriating. It was whatever you want to call it, whatever adjective you want to, or adjective. Yeah. Whatever you want to use to describe that. Is the way I felt about it, but that's not good. But at the same time, it's kind of, I get why he wants to start. He wants to, we talked about it before. He wants to try to earn a spot somewhere on the Italian national team going forward. But it's unfortunate just to see, that he can be a team player and come back to Juventus and support the team going forward. But that's where we stand. All right, and go back to the left back situation. We got Tuttosport reporting that Alexandro is doing very well in the Copa America and gives Allegri hope, who had already decided to bet on him on the left. A deputy is needed, and at the moment, the most likely option is Luca Pellegrini. We talked about this yesterday. More of the same news. Alexandro here to stay for now, at least for this year. And then Luca Pellegrini seems more and more likely to return to the club and actually stick with it this year. We'll see. I would like to see him get a chance, but every single time we say Luca Pellegrini's coming back to the club, he's going to play. Next thing you know, he's getting, loaned out to somebody. So we'll keep an eye on that going forward. And then we've got Tuttosport talking about Bentancur, saying that the agreement to remove the 50% fee for Bentancur's sale was never found. This means he will stay at the club. Why did I say it like that? This means anyway, it is possible that Cherubini will fly to Argentina after the summer to settle the matter. So it appears, what they're working with Boca Juniors about that, the removal fee, every single time you try to sell him, you're basically losing money, so there's no reason for Juventus to sell him. It's kind of a terrible deal to have with him right now. Bentancur's been a solid player in certain spots over time, but if they ever do want to sell him in the future, they're going to have to work that out. Otherwise, Boca Juniors is getting, buku bucks. Moving forward, then Tuttosport is bringing up Caio Jorge again, saying that Juventus could bring in Caio Jorge if Ronaldo decides to stay. He would be the backup to give Morata a rest, but everything is linked to Ronaldo. So they're saying if Ronaldo decides to stay, they can bring in Caio Jorge. If we go and look at his bio, he is 19 years old. He's a young striker. Right now he's valued about 12 million euros, so it's not a ton of money going forward. We talked about him before, so I won't linger on this too much today. But what are your thoughts about bringing him in? Does that seem like the kind of player that you want to see at Juventus? Do you think he would be a solid striker to come in to raise up to the youth ranks, or not to the youth ranks, but like as a youth with the club? Is he good enough to go ahead and play for the first team, or does he really need to be relegated back to that under 23 team? Let me know your thoughts on the matter. It seems to be the reports seem to say that he's a first team talent though. Then we got a update on Juventus management saying that tomorrow in a press conference at 14:30 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. That's in Italian time, I believe. Andrea Agnelli will present the new sporting management. Not a lot to really comment on when it comes to that. Yes, they're going to be talking about Cherubini. They'll be talking about why do I struggle with the name? Anyway, the other guy, I apologize. I have the name down somewhere. I just want to make sure I say it right or get it right when I do. But they'll be presenting the new management. We'll see going forward what they do and if they can be successful with the club. Otherwise, not really much to say. Just tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. If you want to watch, check it out. And then the final bit of news we have today just broke momentarily, moments ago, really, regarding, this may be, I don't know how you may feel about this. A lot of people like him and support him because or not support him, but like him because he's been with the club for, since the youth. He came up through the program. Doesn't really do much with the club. But anyway, the news is that Carlo Pinsoglio has renewed his contract with Juventus until 2023. That's being reported by Juventus. So he's staying with the club until 2023, at least as that third goalkeeper option, as it appears. He's one of the highest paid cheerleaders I've ever seen in my entire life. Good for him. I would sign me up to do the same job. I could do it equally well. Maybe I don't have the same relationship with Ronaldo that he has. Maybe, I don't know how much this is about keeping other people happy, because he just doesn't really play. He hasn't really gotten opportunities, or maybe he doesn't really, not that he hasn't got opportunities, but he obviously will never be that first team player. So, or first team, starting player. So it is what it is. Not something super exciting. I think that's really going to make a difference for the squad going forward. But he is that third option, and he's the best damn cheerleader in the Serie A. But that's all the news that I have for you today. Check in with us tomorrow to get the latest roundup covering all things Juventus. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps us grow. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to stay notified as soon as every new drop hits. You'll get that notified right straight to your tablet, device, smartphone, whatever it is. You'll get it, and you'll know that the news is ready for you. Follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram, and follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter. Forza Bianconeri, Forza Juve, and Forza Azzurri.